Here it is. This is my final review for 13 Reasons Why, the entire series. So I know I said I was going to get this out last week, just timing and schedule conflicts and whatnot. It was delayed. It gave me plenty of time to reflect, and these are my final thoughts of the series. Overall, it is excellent. It is wonderful. There are some flaws with the dialogue, with the way that they talk with each other, and they're supposed to be kids. However, I believe that this is a great series that everybody must watch. I highly recommend this even to my pastor friends as well. Story is simple. Hannah Baker kills herself. School is reacting to it, people are reacting to it, and then 13 tapes get sent to Clay Jensen. Clay listens to the tapes and finds out that they're from Hannah, Hannah listing the 13 reasons why she did it. Over the course of the series, each tape is dedicated to a different character. At first, when Clay is listening to the tape, much like him, you're angry with these people, you're upset with these people, what they did and what they didn't do. You're upset with the adults to what they listened to and what they did to help and what they didn't do to help. However, because of the show being outside Clay's perspective, you see these kids in their own worlds. You see the broken homes that they come from. You see the problems and the issues that they have to deal with. And I went from hating some characters to being very sympathetic and sorry for those characters and the lives that they have to live. This does not excuse to what they did or didn't do to Hannah. However, this is something that is important to keep in mind. Everybody is going through something. Everybody has problems. Everybody is suffering. Unfortunately, some people suffer more than others, as we see with what happens to Hannah. All these issues compile on top of her. Everything is weighing down on her. It starts off with a picture, a story, a list, and it goes on and on and on until a full-out rape takes place. She is unable to get help from somebody that is supposed to help her, and she kills herself. And it's very depressing to see that. It's very heartbreaking to see this happen to one person. Having dealt with suicide, having dealt with depression, living with depression, I can understand why she does what she does. I can understand the pain and the heartbreak she's going through. I can't see it from the same story point. I can't see it from the same perspective, but I can at least understand with it and sympathize with the heartbreak she's going through of feeling left alone, of feeling abandoned, and being betrayed by the people that she think and she felt was close to her. However, suicide, again, is never the answer. There are numbers below. There are people to contact and reach out to when you are just at your wit's end completely and you feel you need an escape. When you get to the point, she gets to it, and it's either episode 11 or 12, when she says, I feel like the world would be better without me. There would be no more Hannah Baker, that I would no longer be a burden, and I've felt that, and I've been there. And that's a common feeling, being a burden to those around you. You're never a burden to people around you. You are never a inconvenience to somebody to be around. There's people that you don't get along with. There are people that aren't going to like you for sure, but you're never just a burden to people. And it's that point that people get to where they've just lost hope and they've given up. And it's those people we need to look out for. At the end of the series, Clay finally decides to talk to Sky. And we don't know what happens. There's going to be a season 2, but hopefully as the book ended and as the series ended, looking at it with just these 13 episodes and these 13 reasons, that this leads to a change. We see how the counselor failed. We see how the school failed. But hopefully this leads to a change. A lot of conversation needs to happen between people, between adults, between students, between friends, between people that are supposed to be helping each other and looking out for each other. A lot of conversation needs to happen to make sure that what happens to Hannah and what happens to many other teens across the world doesn't happen. Unfortunately, it does happen, and it's a permanent solution to temporary problems. I'm so glad that I'm alive. I'm so glad I made it through. I'm so glad that I'm here as an adult helping people and trying to change the world every single day. So there is help and there is hope, and it does get better eventually. But 13 Reasons Why is a wonderful series. 13 Reasons Why is just sit back and don't try to look for the flaws and the problems with it. Just look at the message that it's trying to communicate. I think too often we get so into this was shot bad and this was wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong. And we get all these little things as opposed to just listening to the message that this is communicating and the problems that this is showing. There's a couple of times when they're talking about the list and the way guys treat girls and boys will be boys is thrown around. This happens to every girl at every school is thrown around. That's not right for people to be treated this way. It's not right for people to be judged and harassed just based off the way they look. Hopefully this show sparks some real change. Hopefully this show sparks a conversation between a parent and a child, a friend and another friend, that just helps people get the help that they need. That's my overall review. This video is not incredibly long, but I feel that it's been very well communicated across the entire series. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.